Hello, hello, hello. So happy to have you with us. I am coming on here to talk about part of week five, episode five. Well, okay, let me think about this. It's week five, it's the first episode of week five. So, episode 5.1, let's call it. Okay, so this is going to talk about, again, why is Peter so confused? Why is Peter so confused? He is like that big ball of hay in the Midwest being blown from east to west, depending on which way the wind blows. That's the way he's going. And I am like, why is he so confused? Someone please answer this question. Again, I have been in recent videos saying, while I do love and adore watching The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, this process, I do believe that it works, but I believe it works more for women. For men, they are just confused in this setting. And case in point, Peter. He decides to bring ALAYAH back into the house, back into the mansion. But then he hears from Victoria with the black hair that ALAYAH has disclosed that Victoria's ex Chase, the singer, was her ex. The ladies of the house did not know this. And so that brings some turmoil into the house. There's lots of murmur and complaining by the ladies in this house. And we come into this episode where I guess apparently they're talking about ALAYAH in front of ALAYAH, but not really addressing her. Maybe they did at some point, but they're, just talking about everything. Peter realizes, oh, gee, I made a mistake again. After giving ALAYAH a rose, inviting ALAYAH back into the house, giving her a rose in front of all the ladies, he takes her out from this situation. And basically, he asks her to go home without really ALAYAH giving him the chance to actually spit the words out. She starts apologizing and crying, which I don't understand. That is his choice, and you should not be apologizing for crying and feeling the emotions that you feel. This is very confusing. Anyone in your situation, ALAYAH, would be very confused. Here you have it. And at that point, why would you even want to be in the house anymore? I wouldn't even really trust this man's choices up until this point. I would be thinking, do I really want to stay in this house with all these ladies, acting very immature, talking to me this way, not, or talking to me this way, not talking with me, they're talking at me. And I have this man here that I'm supposed to be looking to fall in love with, and he can't seem to make a decision and stick with it. He keeps saying, I'm following my heart. Well, Peter, if that's you following your heart, I am concerned for the woman you choose in the end. And I'm concerned for the woman who chooses you, because if this is you following your heart, then your heart is going any which way it pleases at any time. And maybe your heart is a bit deceitful. Maybe you cannot trust your heart. Maybe you need to trust your head a bit and make a decision and stick to it. Because I am not understanding how he can say, I love ALAYAH and all this stuff. Look at my episode 1 and 2 video. He talks about how he loves ALAYAH. There's something drawing him to her, and he just loves her, and like he likes her so much. He's so intrigued. He was totally gun-ho for ALAYAH. Then the girls started chatting. He all of a sudden he feels he can trust Victoria with the blonde hair, although she's now proven to be a liar. Or okay, maybe that's too strong of a word, but she purported not to know the girl, but she actually was planning a trip with her. So whatever that calls it, maybe she's making up a story, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it. She's not very, she should, why is she more trustworthy than ALAYAH? So he trusts with Victoria with the blonde hair said, and now, you know, and he's listening to all the other girls, and he's been in this situation before. Why is he not thinking maybe some of these girls are insecure? Maybe some of these girls want to snuff out the competition. Maybe some of these girls are elaborating a bit. Or, you know, and is he thinking about that? No, he just takes whatever they say as fact without going to the other person. His mind is mostly made up, at least 80%, because by the time he brings it to the other person, it's like now they're in a position where they have to convince him to like her again. And that's exactly what the situation with ALAYAH was. And I don't think it's right. And then, so what happens in this situation is all the girls are talking, oh, why is she back in the house? I don't know, da, da, da. And then he gets influenced again to basically uninvite her from the house after giving her a rose. He couldn't just, then he actually went to her before he made this decision. He goes to her, look, I don't care what any of the other ladies say. I want you in the house. I don't care what any of them say. I want you in the house, blah, blah, blah. So if you're going to say all that, even after you give her the rose, then why are you now changing your mind and now uninviting her from the house? I mean, guys, this is crazy. Can any of them really trust Peter now? Can any of them really say that they trust his decision-making process? Can any of them really say that they are going to trust when he tells them that he likes them and no one can change his mind and his mind is made up and he's following his heart? Can really any of them really trust him? I don't see good things ending with this Bachelor this season, to be honest. And I think some of these ladies need to get a little bit higher self-esteem. I know they're intrigued by Peter. I know they like him. But if you're noticing this sort of behavior, would you really think that this person is capable or mature enough to love you and stick to his decision to stand by you? Or is this just the natural choosing process before marriage for some men? Maybe less mature men his age, I don't know. Or maybe there are older men who are just as less mature. Maybe age is just nothing but a number. But let me know what you think. I think this is ridiculous, and I feel sorry in a sense for the woman he winds up with after this, because what if he starts second guessing that? Oh, I have to follow my heart, and he pulls an Ari on whomever he chooses in the end. If it is Madison, are they still together? He seemed to like Madison from the get-go. He liked Hannah Ann, although her way is interesting to me. He likes Sydney. I think Sydney can be in there for a while. Blonde Victoria can be in there for a while, and brown-haired Victoria. So those are my picks for the weeks to come. What do you think about this episode? I really cannot believe this is how it went down. But in ending this video, I want to play to you how he kind of explains his decision. And let's break this down a bit. Yeah, he has nothing to say.
I know I keep saying that I'm only human, and I know that I'm going to make mistakes, and
Seems like he's making the same mistakes.
come off as, being wishy-washy and not knowing what I want, and I get it.
It's very wishy-washy.
I do know what I want.
Do you really, though?
See that?
Don't listen to his promises.
That was meant for me, and this really, really is tough. This is not
But when did you realize she was not the one meant for you, Peter? Because you basically said she was someone that you wanted to be with. Then when the girls started talking, you dropped her quick. Then when she came back, you let her come back. Then the girls started having an uprising again, and you gave in. So when did you know she was the one, not the one for you? Or are you just a people pleaser? Whatever you are, Peter, please get it together, because it's just getting to be very disappointing and annoying that every week, depending on what how the women feel this week, we don't know if they're, excuse my French, PMSing or what. But these girls, they might feel happy one week, they're crying the next. And is he going to, allow their emotions to get in the way with what he truly feels? And does he even know how he truly feels? Because it seems like he feels whatever is impressed upon him. He doesn't really have his own feelings. And it's kind of sad, actually. And like I said, I am not confident in how the relationship ends with him. I forgot how old he is. I think he's 28. I think that they only need to choose bachelors who are over the age of 30 or 35 at this point, because or if they are 28, then they need to not live with their parents anymore. Yes, he's successful, but he's still living with his parents, and I feel like maybe that is also stifling him from actually being able to make his own decisions. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm just throwing out theories, and I know you are one of amongst the smartest viewers out there. So please contribute with your comments and thoughts below, and we'll continue to examine and analyze this episode moment by moment. So I just wanted to come on here and put this out, because I think he's still confused, and I just really hope that he comes out of it. All right. Thanks for listening and watching, and I'll speak with you soon. Bye.